Welcome to VFC Bite Size. In this episode we will be looking at the Modify Hardware feature in VFC. I have VFC open to the Modify Hardware tab. First, we need to select the virtual machine we want to modify. The virtual machine settings will be displayed in the left-hand window. The main elements we will be looking at are processor, memory and adding additional hard disks. If I select the Processor tab, I will be able to change the number of cores used by the VM. Obviously, this is dependent on the number of cores the host machine has to use. If your machine only has 4 cores, you can only use 4 for your VM. If you assign all the cores from the host machine, this could affect the performance of other programs. If I now move to the Memory tab, VFC will allow me to change the amount of memory the VM is using. Again, like the cores, I can only assign what the host machine has to offer, but it's always wise to leave some for the host machine to use. We can also add forensic images of additional hard drives or USB drives, as long as they are mounted in VFC mount. This can be used to see how a machine would look with its additional hard drives in, or even unlock a BitLocker drive that is set to auto-unlock on a given user account. If I click on the button to add, a second box will appear, asking us what type of hardware we want to add. We need to select hard disk, and then, next. Another box will pop up giving us some more options. For this demo, we will select, Use Physical Mounted Disk. This is because our evidence file is mounted using VFC mount. Select Next. Select the mounted disk. Give the additional disk a name. It should default to the location of your selected VM. Specify if you want to store the disk as a single file, or multiple files. Select Finish and then Save. A warning message will tell you that this will update the VMX file. Select Yes. If you want to launch the VM, select the Launch VM button on the lower right, and VFC will launch the modified VM with the additional disk attached. Sometimes, the additional disk needs to be assigned a drive letter in Disk Management. It should then show in Windows Explorer. We can see now that the additional disk is successfully attached and the files visible. This drive was encrypted using BitLocker and set to auto-unlock on this user account. This shows the power of VFC. For more info or to speak to a team member, visit vfc.uk.com or email sales@md5.uk.com.